Hi guys, I hope you are very good. Well, I am good, thank you. Today I wanted to talk about heart or the mind. Have you ever been in situations when you don't know what to do, whether you should listen to your heart or whether you should listen to your mind? I've been in this situation many times. Well, not now, but many years ago. I used to be really upset trying to find whether I should focus on what my heart is saying and do that, or whether I should just listen to the mind. I remember when I was studying, one of my teachers, she posed this question, and I said, I don't. She said she asked a question if anybody has a question, and my question was, how can the heart and mind marry? Meaning, like, can they just come together? Because the heart takes you in another direction, and the mind takes you in another direction. And usually this happens when maybe you're in love, let's say, or maybe in love with a person or any other thing. So the heart just wants you to follow that, but the mind does not. The mind always intervenes. So I was always wondering how to have a relationship of these two in a very balanced way where I can find an easy path rather than just trying to understand who should I listen to, where should I go, and how should I make this decision. So, but over the years, I've realized that mind has a purpose and the heart has a purpose. We need to understand that the mind is logical. The mind will always come with the fears. The mind is also there to help you understand logically what possibly danger could be. And that's what fear is. A possible danger could be the problems that could arise because of your decision. And that is when we cannot follow our heart instantly, because the mind will tell you not to do this because xyz can happen. So, for example, you like somebody or you love somebody, you want to go and tell them that you love them, but your mind tells you no, because maybe they will say, no, I don't love you, and maybe this will ruin your relationship or your friendship with them, anything. So, the mind will only tell you about that can possibly go wrong. So if you understand that that's the job of the mind will always do that. You can understand when your mind tells you this, you can say, hey, yeah, I know that. I'm working on that. So this way you can be more linked with your mind rather than the mind going in the separate way. So when your heart says, yes, do this because this is so what you want to, you can go. But eventually, it still may have a lot of fears of the mind. You see what I mean? So before, I used to have this problem to take a decision whether to follow the heart or the mind. But now I felt like the decisions don't really come from the heart or the mind. They actually come from beyond. They come from a place where both of these come together. And the decisions come from something much bigger than that. If you just follow your heart, you can sometimes be really impractical. And if you just follow your mind, you can sometimes be too much based on the fear of the mind. So none of that will work. They both have their consequences. But I've learned that over the years, the decisions don't come from these two, they come from beyond all of that, above all of that, or beyond all of that. I don't know how to say it, but you see what I mean. It doesn't come from these two, it comes from something very, very different. So when there is something, a decision has to come, it will come so automatically and feel like this is the decision that you have to take, that there will no longer be a battle between these two. If you have trained your mind and you tell yourself that the bigger purpose of why you want to do and what you want to do, the mind will slowly understand that. And that is how you have to train. So when your mind tells you that this is the fear, you say, yes, I understand this is the fear. Let me see what I can do to help myself. Let me see how I can understand and take the precautions about what my mind is telling me. And you use it for your advantage. You don't base your decisions on your mind, or you don't base your decisions on the heart. You base your decisions on a bit of your logic and a bit of your heart. Some people will tell you that just follow your heart. But for that, your heart really needs to be pure, and it's very difficult to have a pure heart. That's one of the things that you spend years and years and years meditating and trying to make your heart pure. So till you get there where you will know that this is what it is and my heart is pure enough. And sometimes it does happen. There are moments when you really feel that this is what you want to do and you would name it that this is what is coming from my heart, but not really. You don't really know. So the heart is there telling you, trying to make you, impose you with these feelings and big emotions, and you want to just go ahead and do it and make a decision. But your mind is not. Mind is very contradictory to that, because this is the purpose of the mind. The mind is very logical. The mind will come with its own past bad experiences. If you've gone through, do you know that when you go through something which is a sad or bad experience or disappointments of your life, the mind remembers that forever, and it comes back to you and tells you with its logic that this will not work. So this arises more fear in you. So what do? You actually do not say fully yes to the mind that give up. Don't just give up and say, I agree, there is a lot of fear, so I will not do what I want to do. So don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your desires. Don't give up on your life. Do what you want to do. Not give up on based on this fear. So the mind and the heart, eventually over the years I found out that they both come together, but the mind will always have this logic. But if you think that the mind will come and tell you that what you're doing is good, go ahead and do it, that's not going to happen. It will always have some insecurities and some fears, and it will always remember some past experiences that didn't work out for you. So the best is to not focus on any of these two, but try to take a middle ground and try to look into things with what you want to do and start to understand the bigger purpose of your life. And that will help you make your decisions very wisely, and you will not be dependent on any of these. You'll feel it in your heart, you'll know it, and you will find a way to do what you want to do rather than listening to just your mind. I hope this helps. Take care of yourself. See you soon again. Bye.